All right, y'all. Last piece of news. This is not dealing with gaming, but I find this hilarious and sad at the same time. I find this hilarious and sad at the same time. Cause we still in Black History Month. I want y'all to remember, man. We got 9 more days, man. It's a leap year. We got 9 more days. It's a leap year. But seen a couple things, man. Yeah, we are having more beefs, man. We having comedian beef still. We are having comedian beef still. Someone said, and I'm gonna have to start agreeing with this, man. Even though Shannon Sharpe didn't start talking to comedians like this year, he's been talking to comedians for a while. But Shannon Sharpe really like helped ignite the comedian beef, bro. Like Cat Williams freaking did crazy damage. Then Monique followed up. I'm like, bro, like comedians are going crazy. Shannon Sharpe beefing with Mike Epps. Shannon Sharpe beefing with May. She ain't even comedian. Like this man, like everybody's coming at Shannon Sharpe, and Shannon Sharpe is, I think the issue with Shannon Sharpe, like when people come at him, he's just like, yo, like I'm big, like I've been in the league, like I can still bitch 400 pounds, like I can still beat y'all up. So y'all can't be talking to me any sort of way. I think that's how Shannon Sharpe really is. And he's like, yo, now that I'm, this platform with Club Shay Shay and now Nightcap with Ocho Cinco, now that he's on his own, minus the, because he's independent but not really independent, because you see the sponsor that he has on his back. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But since he's not with FS1 anymore, I'll just leave it at that. Since he's not with FS1 anymore, I think that Shannon Sharpe is a little bit more like off the cuff and like saying whatever the heck that he wants, which I'm not mad at. I mean, you have the ability to do that. So, I mean, with success is always going to come haters. We all know that. With success is always going to come haters. And you're going to get the brunt of the hate whether you had something directly to do with it or not. And I felt like a lot of the initial hate after the Cat Williams interview was simply because Shannon allowed Cat to say some of those things. And I mean, and it's not like he didn't push back on those things, because he did push back on a lot of things that Cat was saying. And even he tried to push back on Monique too. I think that Shannon keeps it fair. I definitely do think that he keeps it fair. But when Cat Williams initially did his interview, he called Shannon out. He was like, why didn't you say anything to Cedric? Why didn't you say anything to Steve Harvey? Why didn't you say anything to Ricky Smiley? Why didn't you say anything to Earthquake? And Shannon was like, legit, I don't know, bro. Like, how are you can't come at me. Like, I seriously don't know, like whether they're telling the truth or not. And how would Shannon know? Shannon, he does a lot of research, but I don't think that he would know if someone was telling the whole truth or not. He's just letting people come on his platform and tell their story. So, I mean, in order to clear up your name or refute some things, you gotta go on the same show and tell your story. And that's exactly what Kat did, and that's exactly what Monique did, to refute some of those claims. So now, I don't want to say that Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay is a comedian show now, but I mean, lately, like those have been his highest viewed videos. It's been with the comedians. So, I think that either, well, minus the Mike Epps thing, because Mike Epps was saying that that Shannon reached out to him, and Shannon was like, "Nah, bro, like you were in my DMs. Like, what are you talking about? You were in my DMs talking about being on the show. Like, it wasn't the other way around." So, but I think that has been the case where a lot more comedians are like, "Yo, like, I heard my name, so let me get on the show. Let me tell my story, since you got everybody else on, either lying on my name or whatever." So that's where we're at now. So now the latest news, which again, this one isn't directly on Shannon Sharpe. But I'm gonna start believing that it kind of is, because now comedians are like taking what Shannon Sharpe has done with the comedians, and it's like, bro, it's like no holds barred now, right? It's like no holds barred now. Like, everybody's coming at everybody. So now Corey Holcomb and Donnell Rawlings are going at it. So Corey Holcomb was at the Laugh Factory the other day, and Donnell Rawlings was in attendance. And, Donnell Rawlings is really good friends with Dave Chappelle. Like, he was on the Chappelle show. Donnell Rawlings was funny as hell. Like, that's how I really, got to know Donnell Rawlings, was through Dave Chappelle and the Dave Chappelle show. Like, Donnell Rawlings is a funny dude. He's had some really, really good roles and characters on Dave Chappelle that are freaking iconic, bro. So I love Donnell Rawlings. So Donnell Rawlings was in attendance, and he heard something that he didn't like from Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb been going crazy, bro. Like for years, Corey Holcomb on his podcast has been just going after everybody, and he been saying a lot of disrespectful stuff. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like Corey Holcomb, I like him. I like Corey Holcomb, but I just think he been saying a lot of stuff just because he can. And again, it's because like, oh, I got my own platform, so I'm gonna just say whatever the hell I want. And I don't expect any recourse. But Donnell Rawlings came at him, bro. He came at him and started yelling at him at his show. He was like, yo, I'm not gonna let you disrespect Dave Chappelle. I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. And and they went at it for a little bit. But this video I'm gonna play is Donnell Rawlings giving his side of the story. I hate that it's TMZ, but it is what it is. He talked to TMZ and gave his side of the story and what happened. So we're gonna listen to it a little bit.
First off, I think comedians nowadays, they're trying to sell controversy over comedy. I wasn't there to watch Corey. I had performed myself, and I was about to leave, and they announced that Corey's about to perform. And I know that he had said some ill things about Dave Chappelle. I know he said some ill things about some of the openers of Dave Chappelle. So I just sat there, wanted just to see what his take on what he felt about comedy or whatever.
Yeah, my boy was like, that's code word for like, say something. Like, say something crazy. Like, I'm here now. Like I'm in your face. Like, I can touch you. Like, I can touch you. That's what that's code word for. It's like, say something ill about me or Dave. And it's on. So that's what that was.
I sat there and I just waited. And then when he made the comment about that anybody that's done 3 movies in comedy has performed fellatio, I said, wait a minute, I've done 3 movies, right? And
all right, Donnell. I mean, that's a joke, bro. That's a joke. That's a joke, right? He said anybody that did 3 movies in fellatio. Like, why would you take that serious? Like, I don't know, bro. I think that comedians are like, especially, cause it just goes back to Shannon because Mike Epps called him, he made a Medea joke. So again, he was insinuating that Shannon Sharpe was gay. And he was saying that Mace called him zesty too. So I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. Like I think that was a joke. Like, come on, Donnell.
I've never been accused of that. And then I also fact checked his IMDb. And Corey himself has done 4 movies, so I think he might be guilty of his own joke. It's unfortunate it came to this. Should I have yelled out at him? No. But, I'm I've been rocking with my guy Dave Chappelle for years. I'm a little guy to my friends, my fans, and my family. And it was just, for me, it was a buildup. It was a buildup.
What up, Jericho?
A lot of things that's troubling comedy. Corey is the type of comedy, he can go on stage, start with grunts, and by the end of it, you're laughing hysterically. I did not want to scream out at him, but I felt like protecting the integrity of myself and my friends. I thought I had to say something. And I thought I had to say something for people out here that have done over 3 movies.
Again, but that's the gist of that. I don't know why he got upset at that particular joke, though. I don't know why he got upset at that particular joke. That one's weird. Like, I don't know why he went off the rails just because of that. Like, just because he said anybody who, like, comedians who did 3 movies, they give fellatio. Like, again, like, I don't know if this is fragile masculinity or what, but I think it was really just a smoke because he was like, yo, like, you said something about Dave in the past, so, like, I'm just waiting on you to say something again. Yeah, like, that one was just weird, but, like, I saw the video. I was like, bro, like, Donnell was really, like, yelling at this man. Like, he was really yelling at this man. He's like, hey, I did 3 movies. Are you calling me gay? Like, that's really what it was. I'm like, I don't know. That's a little weird. It's like, bro, it's jokes at the end of the day. And if you fact checked him and saw that he did 4 movies, and you're like, yeah, I'm a victim of it. I don't think he was serious. Yeah, that's really what it was. I think he was fishing for the smoke. That's what it sounded like, after he gave its explanation here. Because initially just looking at the video, it was like, all right, bro, like he must have said something crazy, right? Like, did he say something directly to you, or did he say something, directly about Dave Chappelle at the party that just got you ticked off and like, yo, I'm gonna defend my mans? I'm not exactly sure, but if that's the joke. If that's the joke that got you set off, then I don't know, man. I don't know. That one was a little weird. So So anyway, so now we get to Shannon Sharpe, and this again comes, it's a 180. Well, actually, it's a 360 around what I'm saying about it. Shannon Sharpe might be like the comedian whisperer, just having everybody want to just say whatever. So now apparently Mace gets talked about, and again I'm like, Shannon, bro, like I don't know who started this one, but it's like, so the backstory behind this one is Shannon Sharpe called. He was talking about like a fake pastor, and he didn't say any names, but Mace was like, "Yo, this is about me, right? Like, this is about me. You call me a fake pastor," and he called him a roly poly. So I was like, "Bro, all right, Shannon. Like, are you trying to like ignite the beef with everybody or what, bro? Like, it's Black History Month still. Like, I don't like black people, black successful men fighting anyways, but like." February has been like just nothing but smoke amongst our community. So I'm like, what's really happening here? So here's Mace's response. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but Mace actually took the high road here. He took the diplomatic route.
Yeah, you saw they out there playing with me, right?
What happened there?
Man, I want to address it. I'm gonna wait. And
Why are we always waiting to address what happened though? What happened exactly?
your boy chose to target me about the sex and the working out and all that. He called me a fake pastor and all that. I want to address it. I want to address it.
Who called you this?
Cam is funny, bro.
I'm late to the party.
He just like I don't know nothing.
Say his name. I don't want to say his name. When we was talking about the dips and the sets and all of that, and Mike Epps.
Okay, so it's because
Mike
Mason.
Epps.
Okay, so it's because Mason Cam were talking about Shannon. Okay, so they said something about him first. Okay, so that's the point. So okay, so Shannon said something back and called him a fake pastor because they were talking about like Shannon started working out. All right, cool.
Well, Shannon said something to you?
He called me a fake pastor. Somebody sent it to me. I wanted to tell him, put the camera on me. I'm just gonna go, from the jump. Listen, Shannon. I'm not the one to play with.
Man, look at Shannon working out over here though. Like, bro, I don't know why people keep testing him. Like I'm saying, like if they really about to smoke, I mean, Mike Epps knew. He was like, bro, he's like, I don't do no fighting. You know how it is, especially in 2024. Like people don't do fighting anyways. But yeah, Mike Epps was like, I don't do no fighting. So I'm glad they watched that beat. I mean, obviously it wasn't gonna come to nothing, but I'm like, yeah. I mean, if you call him Medea, like obviously Shannon is like, I mean, in any man, especially a black man, we don't play about that gay stuff. But then it comes back to Donnell Rawlins. Like apparently he don't play either. But again, in Corey's case, it was a joke. I mean, and Mike Epps called him Medea again while he was doing the set. So again, it's jokes. It's jokes, but I get it. Like if you constantly being joked upon and people are quote unquote questioning your sexuality, yeah, you would feel some type of way. But at the same time, bro, it's like I get you have your own platform, but I think and I hate that, we don't have to be the bigger man every single time. We don't have to be a bigger man every single time. But if you're like just beefing with this person one day and then you turn around beefing with this person, then you turn around beefing with this person, like, bro, when is it going to end at this point, right? Like, when is it going to end? Aren't you going to get tired of like just having multiple people like targeted or multiple people targeting you? So I don't know. But I mean, I'm sure that Shannon at this point is tired of being talked about because, again, he's the topic of conversation like almost every day now. Because not only does he do Club Shay Shay, but I think he does Nightcap like daily as well with Ocho Cinco. So it's a lot. So it's like I understand that part, but it's like, bro, at some point you just go be like, yo, I heard what he said, but just be over it. Like, just don't say nothing. Like, not saying anything. I swear that kills a lot of this internet beefing. It kills a lot, bro. Just don't say nothing. Just act like you ain't hear it. Just act like you ain't here. And instead, you don't have to address every single thing.
Matter of fact, I'm not even going to take that road. I'm going to take a different road with you. Listen, let me start with respect and let me end with class, okay? You started out being very aggressive with Ja Morant Pops at a Laker game. If you are for black people, this is not the way to carry yourself. And let me go further than that. You wanted to be tough with Mike Epps. and you settled quicker than Diddy and Cassie. Listen,
That's wild. That's wild right there. I heard that. I was like, ooh, because you already know Mace's history with Diddy. So I'm like, I mean, I would have to agree with Mace though on the whole. Like, if you for black people, like I don't know why this is constantly happening. Because at the end of the day, it does have you look in a different light. I'm not saying that Shannon is like that, but it does have you looking in a different life of like lately the people who you've been quote unquote beefing with have all been black, and he's gonna say something else, which I don't necessarily agree with.
and thirdly, you call yourself coming at me, right? You want
I think it was mutual with them sauce. I think it was mutual. I don't think it was one or the other. Honestly, because they met in Indianapolis. Because they all went to the All Star game, and Mike kept it's his home anyway. So in Indiana, so I think it was mutual with them too.
want to be aggressive with me, right? Listen, you showed poise, respect, wherewithal, resolve, capacity.
It's here.
Ew, you suck. Come on, commercials.
Reverence for Skip Bayless. Why are you so aggressive anytime somebody black say something? The man said, put your glasses on, and you put your glasses back on.
Yeah, I know I do need to get premium. You ain't lying.
Put your glasses back on, Shannon. I respect you, and I do not want to go there with you. I respect you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Damn. We might gotta call up big homie Stephen A. Smith to resolve this, man.
Why?
No, because I met Shannon once, and I'm just because this is new to me. I'm just finding this out. You know, you always tell me right on the spot.
Yeah, so that was the gist of that. So I was like, bro, like, are we really beefing or what? Like, all right, Mason and Cam, like, that's what they do, right? That's what they do. They clown each other, they clown other people. Like, that's kind of their thing. And people have been coming at them too because they're technically in the sports category, right? Like they have a sports focused show. Even though they talk about other things, like they talk about what they did in the past, like their war stories and whatnot. So, people be coming at Cam and Mace too, but it's like, all right, since you all in the same space, does that mean that you all need to be, targeting each other? Like, I don't think so. And again, like what they said was jokes. Like if they were talking about you doing your sets, okay, it's jokes. So, and then Shannon said something back, which again he has every right to say something back. But again, like whatever Cam and May said, he should have just left it alone. Like it seemed like it was something simple, like nothing crazy. So I don't know. It is what it is. I don't think it's gonna go nowhere, especially since Mace was like, "Yo, like I'm gonna take the high road on this one. Like everything's good." But he also gave him like the backhanded threat at the end, talking about like you don't want me to go there because I will. So we'll see. Because again, like now that Shannon has the show where he can like immediately reply to somebody, since they had since he does his shows daily or nightly. I think that's where a lot of like this back and forth like continues at like a rapid pace because he has that ability to do that. So we'll see if this goes anywhere. But at the end of the day, I hope everybody stops messing with Shannon, and I hope that Shannon stops responding to everybody. Because again, like if you beef with everybody, bro, then it ain't gonna be bad for you, but I think that some people will start questioning your credibility, like Mace tried to do. He was like, yo, like, why you beefing all these black people? Like you got all this smoke for everybody black. You want to beat everybody up who black, but when it comes to Skip Bayless, the white man, then you don't want to say nothing. And you put your glasses back on, even though he did put his glasses back on, but he didn't do it like Mace was trying to insinuate, like, boy, put your glasses back on, on that type of stuff. And you can look at the clip, like, he didn't do that. He didn't do that during that argument. But Skip Bayless was being out of line, and that's the reason why, the main reason why he got off the show in the first place. Because, that was the straw that broke the camel's back when he was questioning Shannon Sharpe's credibility as a football player and talking about he was jealous of Tom Brady. I'm like, yeah, you was wilding on that one, Skip. So it is what it is. What up, Beezy? What up? So that is what it is, man. I just I really hope that this calms down. But I think as long as Shannon is doing like crazy numbers, that is going to continue to happen. And I think that, you know, specifically in the comedian space, as long as Shannon continues to invite these comedians on the show who apparently all have things to say about each other, like it seems like y'all don't even like each other. And you know, Kat said this and Monique said this too. Like, man, like kind of. It really seemed like y'all comedians are like upset at each other. Like y'all all jealous of each other. Like it's always like one person who like makes it real big, and you know, they make it seem like, hey, you don't mess with us at the bottom, or you know, it's you know, a Boy Scouts club. That's what Kat was saying with the Kings of Comedy. So like I said, I don't know whether, you know, all this stuff is true or not, but yeah, it's a lot of comedian, you know, backstories and things that have been going on. And now it just seemed like this year everybody's ready to just air anybody out, like without warnings. Like, all right, you say something about me, then I'm immediately going to say your name. Like, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I want to say your name. And it seemed like a lot of these comedians are using Shannon's platform to do so, instead of, you know, just saying it themselves. So we'll see what happens, man. But I think that in Shannon's case, I mean, if you're chasing the views, then I mean, you're gonna get it. If you're chasing the views and the clout and the notoriety, you're definitely getting that for sure. Because Shannon is like, you know, hotter than fish grease right now. But if you want to again not have that stigma around you of just being the place where comedians or anybody can come and just, you know, get their issue off and quote unquote tell their story, and then come back and, you know, and then the other person gets to come on and tell their story, and then, you know, all that discourse, they go, oh, well, why you let them say that? Well, why you let them say that? Then it's gonna mess up your overall credibility. That's just my opinion on the situation. So we'll see what ends up happening with Shannon. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, he getting money, he gonna be good regardless. But it's just gonna be that weird stigma, that weird stench that's gonna surround his platform and his shows, his brand, while that continues to go on. You know, if he continues to have those type of guests that you know, have something to say, and they end up airing out, you know, whoever they got beef with, whoever they got issues with, you're gonna have to make a podcast on me asking why I'm using YouTube. No premium. So I'll take the only do it for black people argument, especially in that. I don't agree with that either. I don't like that argument, and I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case a lot of the times when people say it. I don't think that's the case a lot of the time when people say it, but you know, black people gonna say that. I think that we like weaponizing that, to be honest. I think that black people truly love weaponizing the argument that a black person is, you know, that they have a certain type of vitriol for their own kind, but then when it comes to other races, they don't. I think they love weaponizing that, and it's unfortunate. It is gaslighting. It definitely is gaslighting. So, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I have no dog in this race, but I'm also under the full impression that you're not supposed to be buddy with everybody just because you know, we skin folk. You know, I don't think that's the case. I don't say, you know, I don't hate anybody. I definitely don't hate anybody, but it's definitely black people that I'm like, I'm gonna stay away from, because I see what type of time you want, and I don't want to be around you because you want some other stuff, you know. And you just stay away from those type of people, and you know, those are people that I don't support. I don't be checking about, like, you know, it's just gonna be like that. It's just gonna be like that. You cannot let every single person into your life, you know, break bread with everybody just because they black. Like, that ain't gonna work out for you. You gonna learn your lesson. You gonna learn your lesson real quick. So, hey.